"Dear Dr. Schulze, this is urgent. My name's Eva Maria. I'm writing you from Greece. I ordered the Incurables program for my aunt. She's 80 years old. She has osteoporosis and in the final stages of multiple myeloma." Okay, she has some type of malignancy. "I've watched all your videos and browsed through your blog, but I haven't found anything about osteoporosis, other than a brief mention, I think, of one of the videos, blah, blah, blah. The multiple myeloma was found a month ago, but the doctor says she might have already had it 6 months ago. She's been flat in bed for 7 months in diapers and hasn't been washed in a month." We can have all the problems we want with healthcare in America. Go to healthcare in Greece, my friends, and you'll see socialized medicine at its finest. Okay, her son is afraid to move her because he's frightened that her bones might break. It goes on, "I live in LA, but I'm heading over there." She's on 9 different drugs, thalidomide, codeine, blood thinners, on and on and on and on and on. 9 drugs, great. The average American senior's on 10. She also has vertigo, premature deafness, hemorrhoids. She should just tell me what she doesn't have. I think the list would be shorter. But anyway, it goes on. She's been suffering from constipation since she was 30. Well, that could be a problem. She's now 70. That means, with new math, 40 years, maybe she's 80, 50 years of constipation. Okay, we can't expect good outcomes with that, my friend. She has 1 bowel movement every 10 days. I thought you were exaggerating when you mentioned these in your book and in your videos. Her son makes her some sort of tea from Egyptian leaves every 10 days, and now she has a bowel movement every 10 days. Egyptian leaves, my friends, that would be Alexandria, Egypt, the home and birthplace of senna plant, which is one of the ingredients in intestinal formula number 1. Her gallbladder was also removed some years ago. Again, it would be a shorter list if I knew what was right with her. I told her son to throw away all the drugs, everything, and I'm ordering the Incurables program. I put her on a strictly raw, organic, vegan diet until your program arrives. I had them do food and exercise schedule that you have in the back of the Incurables formula. They can't do the cold sheet treatment and the cold showers, blah, blah, blah. As I said, her son is afraid to move her. Yep, please don't repeat yourself when you send me an 80-page letter. She hurts. Of course she would. She's on codeine. She has cancer. She hasn't had a normal bowel movement in 50 years. I'm sure that doesn't feel good. But this gets good. Listen, it gets better. They're giving her stuff from a pig. I don't know, on and on and on and on and on. She's been doing my food program only for 10 days now, and guess what? She's having 3 bowel movements a day. This is a woman that's been constipated for 50 years with hemorrhoids the size of golf balls, and now she's having 3 bowel movements a day, and my intestinal formula has worked from 4,000 miles away because it hadn't even gotten to her. Okay, the power of eating right, my friends. Come on. Remember in the clinic, I got people to eat right, have good bowel movements, and boost their immune system. And in 2 or 3 weeks, when I went back to figure out what their disease was, it didn't matter anymore because it was gone. This is about the power of natural healing. It's wonderful. 3 bowel movements a day, and I haven't started taking your intestinal formula 1 even yet. I had her on apple juices, chamomile, bananas, carrot juices, and now her bowel's gone crazy, but I've got it down to 3. So she was having diarrhea. Okay, we went from 50 years of constipation to diarrhea with a food program alone, my friends. She's taking meds for high blood pressure, but I threw them away because her blood pressure has been perfectly fine for the last 2 weeks. Here we go again. No herbal treatment, the power of food healing. Oh, and by the way, she doesn't need any pain medication anymore. She sleeps very calmly at night, and she used to moan all night before. Okay, 50 years of constipation, pain, high blood pressure, all solved with just keeping her hands tied behind her Greek back and letting her only have healthy, vegan, natural, clean food. Wow. We got our physical therapist who happened to study in the U.S. He's 100% on your side, Dr. Schulze, in choosing this alternative approach. And it goes on and on and on. And her son said the cellulite was so bad, he described her as having the skin of a faker who'd been sitting on a bed of nails his whole life. She says, the cellulite's almost gone. Again, they haven't done herbs yet. They've just done food programs. And she goes, what the heck? She goes, that I didn't expect from your program. It isn't even my program yet. We're just eating clean. Never, ever, ever underestimate the power of eating clean. She said her legs also used to be blue, bruised, and having prominent veins. Not anymore. Okay, I could go on and on and on, but let's get to her questions because she has 14 pages of them. I incorporated many foods in her diet that are high in calcium, sesame seeds, almonds, spinach, but I doubt that she'll be able to absorb any of it. I wouldn't doubt that. We have a miracle woman here with a miracle turnaround and a great son and you. I would expect all miracles to happen. She says, I know that superfood doesn't have vitamin D, and where am I going to get it? I'd have to eat 5 buckets of mushrooms to get that much vitamin D. There's no sun here. I'd suggest get out of Greece, because sun is where we get our vitamin D. I don't put vitamin D in superfood because all vitamin D is synthetically manufactured, and it's toxic. Okay, the only natural source of vitamin D, the God-given sun shining on your skin, reacting with the oils on your skin, and in 10 minutes you produce all the vitamin D you need. Okay, everything in a can or a jar or a bottle is irradiated, toxic, radioactive oils. We don't need to consume radioactive oils. Every time she sits up for her daily exercise program, she vomits a little bit. Stomach empties during exercise. I give her superfood and she seems to be better, but then she throws up again. Hey, a cleaner stomach for the next dose. We're not going for perfection here. Keep the superfood in her. If she throws up, give her more. You suggest in your book, if one is seriously ill, they should do a fresh juice flush for an entire month. Is this recommended in this case? Let me think. Absolutely. She can get everything she needs. Don't worry about protein. Don't worry about calcium. Don't worry about this or that. Why not juices? But it doesn't have to be a month. It can be a day, a week, 2 weeks. You're doing the right thing. I want to empower you. With the results you've had so far, you're on the right track. Keep torturing this woman. As I said, because her son is afraid to transfer her to the bathroom, I've replaced a hot and cold shower with hot and cold packs on her body. How many days into the program do you think it would be safe to transfer her to the bathroom? Don't be afraid. That's all I can say. Don't be afraid. Get her to the bathroom. Get her in a hot and cold shower. It'll be amazing for you. You'll hear her moan now, but it won't be at night when she's sleeping. It'll be while she's in the shower yelling at you for spraying hot and cold water on her. But that will change her life. The physical therapist wraps her calves in gauze every time she sits up to prevent blood clots. What do you think? I don't have a problem with that, but the bomb for circulation is cayenne, spicy things. Get it in her food program. Make sure she's on Protect, Superfood, all the basics. I was thinking of giving her nerve formula before the exercise in older her to not hurt. Why not? No problem. I know one might say that I'm being paranoid and heartless for trying to resurrect an 80-year-old. Just leave her in peace and stop torturing her is what my mother says. But I'm 100% convinced, okay, you're going to hear that from everybody. But the bottom line is, what does this lady want? And so far she's going along with it. I'd keep torturing her. That's just fine. It doesn't sound like it's her time to go yet. And especially with the amazing responses that you had, just imagine what will happen when you get all the herbs and my Incurables program. To be honest, by the time I found out about her condition, she was waiting to die. I'm sure she was. I've had many patients that asked for God to take them and begged to die, and 3 weeks later they were at 106 driving cars on the highway. Okay, so it's not her time yet. I greatly appreciate your suggestions. We're Greeks, not Californians, so don't worry, we're not going to sue you. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you for not suing me. Look, you're doing the right thing. Keep moving forward. Push her all the way. Okay, what do you have to lose? She's supposed to be dead anyway. She's dying. You're not going to kill her. Get that hot and cold on her. Do the full Incurables program. Flood her body with herbs. Flood her body with good foods. You solved 50 years of constipation, pain, all sorts of problems with her circulation in her legs, cellulite, in a few weeks with just food. Imagine what you're going to do with my program. Keep up the good work. You're great. Get her well.